Oh, what time is it? It's about time. With Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my About Time Boxing family and my Trill 100 Mil gang? And y'all know who that is. That's each and every one of y'all who has subscribed to the channel, has been taking the time to watch the videos and leaving the comments. So I appreciate and I thank each and every one of you guys. And I honestly and I sincerely mean that. If you live in the tri-state area, Philly, Jersey, Delaware, and you looking for a barber that's going to keep you right and keep you tight, reach out to my guy, Cuts by Lonnie the Barber, 215-668-9125. What about location? Mobile. He's a mobile barber. You know what I mean? Cuts on wheels. You know what I mean? So if you live in the Philly, Jersey, Delaware area, and you looking to get sharp and you want to stay sharp and you want that fresh cut, get in touch with my man Lonnie the Barber, 215-668-9125. Canelo Alverez, Saul Canelo Alverez versus CULLUM Smith, aka Mundo. So they're fighting this weekend. It's a lot going on the 19th. A lot of good fights going on the 19th. CULLUM Smith, what do y'all think about this fight, honestly? I mean, I really want to know. Do y'all really feel like Canelo should take this fight? You know what I mean? As opposed to fighting a Jamal Charlo or Demetrius Andrade or Billy Joe Saunders. You know what I mean? I'm not, and listen, I'm not taking nothing away from CULLUM Smith. You know, he's a, tall guy. He's a, what, 6'3". He's what is it? 27 and 0, I think. 27 and 0 with 19 knockouts. But it's really nothing impressive about CULLUM Smith. I know he has the WBA and Ring Magazine, super middleweight titles, and he knocked out George Groves in the 7th round, I believe, to win the belts, and he actually won the super middleweight World Boxing Series tournament, I believe, the same year he won the title, the WBA super middleweight title from George Groves. Now, however, his last fight against I think a guy named is John Ryder, he fought John Ryder. He won by unanimous decision. Now, his pro debut, 4-rounder. He fought on the undercard of Carl Froch and Yusuf Mack, I believe, and that was November of 2012. So it was his pro debut, and he fought 4 rounds. And I remember because I wasn't really impressed about too much from him. I know it was his pro debut, and everybody's pro debut is not going to be the same. Some people successful, some people are not. Some people win by knockout, some people don't. That's just how it goes. So, but do y'all think Canelo took this fight because it's another title that a strap, that he can go after? Why I'm curious to know what y'all think. Do y'all think he should have taken a fight with against Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charlo or Billy Joe Saunders? You know what I mean? I just CULLUM Smith, he's tall, lanky guy, his reach 78 inches. He's tall himself, 6'3", Canelo is 5'9", you know what I mean? So, and we know, I just feel like, the experience. I think that Canelo is just way more experienced, than CULLUM Smith. And we know one punch can change. We always hear this all the time, that one punch can change a fight, and it's true. But I don't know how many of y'all actually watch, like, Cullum Smith fight, but he's um mainly like he's a slow starter. Very careful, cautious, patient fighter though. Very patient and cautious. But he's a slow starter. He's open for count, to he's open, to be counterpunched. Like he can be, because his defense is flawed, and he can't fight backing up either. He can't. And we know that Canelo is an excellent counterpuncher. Canelo and his defense, I think Canelo has arguably one of the best defenses in boxing. And some people, Cullum Smith, he's, doesn't have any losses. Um, Canelo got one loss. He has two draws. You know what I mean? Like he had a draw with, of course, with Golovkin, but earlier in his career, I think in '04, '06, he fought Jorge Juarez, and he had a draw with him. But that was earlier in his career. So, but I'm just saying, like, and even still, when people talk about, oh, well, Canelo got one loss, but people like, well, look at who he lost to. You know what I mean? So if you had to get the experience of losing to anybody, it would be from that. So, people are like, man, even though he lost to Floyd, but people still look at it like, yo, some people feel like that, like that loss don't count because it was Floyd. You know what I mean? So some people learn from their losses, and some people learn from their losses. And Canelo learned from that loss. You know what I mean? And ever since he lost to Floyd, he has elevated his game each time. And I don't want nobody to misconstrue what I'm saying, because it's not like I'm saying like he's running from, Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charlo or Billy Joe. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm not saying that he's running from, because we know, like, Canelo, look at his resume. So that's it. That'll tell you right there. Like, Canelo looks to challenge himself each and every time. So he definitely wants the challenges. But I think that Canelo and his team, I think that they saw something in Cullum Smith where they felt like, listen, let's take this fight. People are saying this, X, Y, and Z about him, but we can beat this guy, and possibly by knockout or stopping him on his feet. Because if Canelo catches him flush and he put them combinations together on him, he will. You know what I mean? Canelo will stop him and put him down. So, like I said, I'm curious. I really want to know what y'all think about Canelo taking this fight. Do y'all think, like, Canelo took this fight because y'all feel like he may be trying to avoid other fighters? Because, of course, other fighters will be like, nah, he took that fight because he running from me. But what do y'all think? Like I said, I think that it's something that, because me, watching Cullum Smith, his fights and stuff, like, and even up until, when he knocked out George Groves in the 7th round, even up until then, you could see that he's patient, cautious, and careful, but you could see, like, that he's a slow, he's just slow. He's a slow start. Even when he made his pro debut, it was the same thing. And against certain fighters, like with each fight, I don't care who you are, I don't care what fighter you are. With each fight, you should always look to elevate your game. Always look to challenge yourself, push yourself to that next level. Because those that's destined for greatness, that's what they do. And that's why they became great. Really had nothing to do with so much as who they fought. It was how they looked against who they fought. The performance that they gave. You can get in there and give a A1 spectacular performance, whether you win by knockout, unanimous decision, or a referee's technical or 12, or you go the distance. It's about how you look. You can pitch a shutout if you go the whole 12, or you can stop somebody, knock them out. You look spectacular doing it. And if you can do that with each fight, and then as you get, because okay, Cullum Smith, well, he's 30 years old. He's 30 years old. And I'm not saying like that, like he's a dinosaur, or like he's old in the game and all. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because Bernard Hopkins made Kelly Pavlik look like he was an old man in that fight. You know what I mean? So Bernard looked like the young guy in that fight. Excuse me. So I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Smash the like button. Leave me some comments. Why do y'all think Canelo took this fight? You just, is it that, okay, it's an easier strap, it's an easier belt to go after? You know what I mean? Because some fighters take fights for money, for notoriety, for all different reasons. You know, some fighters, take the fights, because they see like, oh, listen, this is, and like I said, it could be an easy victory for them. Low risk, high reward. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that Canelo took this fight because he knows it's a low risk and a high reward with winning the belt? The money he's gonna make, that's beside the point. He gonna make that regardless. But what do y'all think about Canelo Alverez in this Cullum Smith fight? Smash the like button. Leave me some comments. Let me know what y'all think. If you don't have the Mixler app, download the Mixler app. Just stay tuned for the About Time Boxing podcast coming soon. I'll promise to keep you guys updated the closer that I get to actually premiering the podcast. Shout out to Aki TV. Shout out to Blue Blood TV. Shout out to New Media Boxing. And shout out to my About Time Boxing family and my Trill 100 Mil gang.